There are moments when life seems to shift quietly before anything obvious changes, as if the atmosphere itself is adjusting and asking you to pay closer attention. You may notice small inconsistencies in behavior around you, subtle pauses in conversation, or an unfamiliar heaviness in certain interactions. And while these impressions can feel significant, they are not always signals of hidden intent but rather reflections of heightened awareness within you. In the coming days, someone from your surroundings may become more present in your attention, not because of fate or certainty, but because your mind is learning to recognize patterns more sharply than before. What once felt random may now feel meaningful, and this is where clarity and assumption can sometimes blur. It is important to remain grounded, observing without rushing to conclusions, allowing situations to unfold naturally before assigning them meaning. Communication, timing, and context often explain what intuition alone tries to interpret too quickly. Stay steady in your thoughts, patient in your judgments, and open to understanding rather than speculation. When emotions rise, pause, and return to what is known rather than what is imagined. In doing so, you strengthen your sense of balance and protect your peace from unnecessary concern. Let awareness guide you, but let reason lead your conclusions, because true clarity always arrives with time, not tension. Most importantly, trust the process of observation without pressure, knowing that understanding grows naturally when you stop forcing meaning onto every detail, and instead, allow life to reveal its own explanations in due course. The moment is approaching when this woman's actions will no longer stay hidden, and you will finally understand why certain doors felt heavy, and why certain days felt tense. This revelation will protect you, not harm you. Do not confront. Do not react impulsively. Observe. Your silence will be your power. Don't skip discernment, because it will guide you safely. Stay till the end of this season with patience, because something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, you will realize this message reached you at exactly the right time. A quiet warning rises now, soft but impossible to ignore, and it reaches you at the exact moment you need it. My beloved child, be careful with your neighbors, because the woman connected to this message is closer than you think. She is watching movements, noticing routines, and quietly forming opinions that will soon turn into actions. Nothing happens suddenly without signals first. The tension you feel is not fear. It is intuition waking up. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with understanding what is happening around you, rather than reacting to it. Stay till the end of this unfolding awareness, because what you know now will protect you later. This woman's influence has grown slowly, almost invisibly, like a shadow stretching at sunset. She speaks politely, smiles easily, and blends into familiar spaces, but her intentions are still unfolding. You may notice small disruptions, misunderstandings, strange timing, or conversations that seem designed to test your reactions. These are not accidents. Do not skip discernment, because clarity is forming layer by layer. You are not being targeted for harm, but you are being noticed for a reason. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will reveal why your life is being observed more closely than before. Remain steady, because your calm changes everything. You are being guided to rise above gossip, assumptions, and emotional reactions. This is a season of quiet strength. The woman's true role in your story will soon be exposed through her own choices, not your actions. When that moment comes, you will understand why patience mattered so much. Stay till the end of this inner journey, because awareness will give you peace, not anxiety. Do not skip reflection, because it will sharpen your wisdom. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, you will stand prepared, protected, and completely unshaken. A deeper layer is opening now, and you are meant to see beyond appearances. My beloved child, what surrounds you is not random, and the woman linked to your neighbors is stepping closer to a moment of exposure. She is weighing her words, choosing when to speak and when to stay silent. But truth has a way of surfacing without effort. Pay attention to what feels repeated, what feels forced, and what feels out of balance. Do not skip this awareness, because it is sharpening your vision. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will arrive through realization, not confrontation. You may sense an unusual curiosity directed toward you, questions that feel unnecessary, concern that feels misplaced, or interest that lingers too long. This is not meant to disturb you, but to awaken you. The reason this woman appears now in your awareness is because your life is entering a stronger phase, and attention follows growth. Stay till the end of this message within yourself, because understanding this will keep you calm when others become restless. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will explain why you were guided to observe instead of react. Hold your peace and trust your instincts, because they are sharper than you realize. The situation around you is rearranging itself, and soon clarity will replace confusion. The woman's intentions will reveal themselves naturally, without you needing to ask or accuse. When that happens, you will feel relief, not shock. Do not skip patience, because patience is protecting you right now. Stay till the end of this season with quiet confidence, because something huge is waiting for you, and it will confirm that you were always one step ahead. A turning point is approaching, and the atmosphere around you is already shifting. My beloved child, this is the moment where silence becomes louder than words. The woman connected to your neighbors is reaching a phase where her actions can no longer remain subtle. Subtle decisions made in the present moment are slowly shaping a deeper pattern that will soon become easier to understand. What may feel unclear now is actually part of a larger unfolding that will eventually bring clarity and perspective. Instead of reacting quickly, the earlier calm response you held is now becoming meaningful in ways you may not yet recognize. There is a shift in circumstances around you, where conversations, timing, and interactions begin to align with surprising coherence. This is less about conflict and more about truth settling into place without force or resistance. Observing without judgment allows a clearer understanding of who is genuine and who is simply playing a role. Keeping reflection present helps strengthen your awareness, guiding you through choices that require patience rather than impulse. Certain influences may fade or become clearly defined, but either outcome ultimately leaves you more grounded and steady. Remaining calm ensures that what arrives next is received with stability rather than confusion or emotional disturbance. In time, you will realize that patience was not delay, but preparation for understanding what was already forming around you. Weeks of quiet observation often reveal answers that urgency hides, and when the moment finally arrives, it tends to feel less like surprise and more like recognition, as if scattered pieces were always moving toward a single picture that now becomes visible, offering a steady sense of direction and renewed confidence moving forward with clarity and calm awareness that strengthens your ability to trust your perception without hesitation or doubt in future moments ahead. Calmly, my beloved child, the energy around your home and surroundings is adjusting, as if truth itself is making space to breathe. The woman linked to your neighbors is beginning to feel the weight of her own intentions. You may notice a sudden change in her behavior, either distance or an unusual friendliness, but both are signs of inner uncertainty. Do not skip this moment of awareness, because it confirms that you are no longer unseen. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is forming quietly, without drama. This phase is about recognition, not reaction. You are being shown how awareness protects you more than confrontation ever could. Words spoken around you may feel different now, less confident, more guarded. That is because clarity has shifted the balance. Stay till the end of this understanding, because it teaches you how powerful silence truly is. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will reveal why you were guided to observe patterns instead of chasing explanations. Hold your ground with grace, because you are moving into a position of strength. What once felt confusing will soon feel obvious, and what once felt heavy will begin to lift. The woman's role in your story is nearing its definition, and when it becomes clear, you will feel peace instead of tension. Do not skip patience in these final moments of uncertainty. Stay till the end with trust, because something huge is waiting for you, and it will confirm that your intuition has been right all along. A new awareness rises gently, and it asks you to stay present. My beloved child, the situation around your neighbors is reaching a point where truth no longer needs effort to appear. The woman connected to this message is now responding to her own reflections, not your actions. You may sense a shift in how she looks at you, how she speaks, or how she suddenly becomes cautious. Do not skip this awareness, because it shows you that your calm has already changed the outcome. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is aligning in your favor. This stage is about inner strength becoming visible. Without saying a word, you have set boundaries that cannot be crossed. Stay till the end of this understanding, because it will remind you that power does not always announce itself. The environment around you is adjusting, and those who once observed you closely are now reconsidering their position. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will explain why silence was your shield during this time. Remain steady and grounded, because resolution is approaching naturally. There is no need to rush, question, or defend yourself. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. The woman's intentions will settle into truth, and you will see the full picture without confusion. Do not skip calmness, because it keeps your path clear. Stay till the end with confidence, because something huge is waiting for you, and it will mark the moment when uncertainty finally gives way to peace. A quiet confirmation is forming now, and it reaches you softly but clearly. My beloved child, the atmosphere around your neighbors is no longer the same, because awareness has shifted the balance. The woman connected to this unfolding message is beginning to realize that her presence and intentions are no longer unnoticed. You may feel a sense of relief mixed with curiosity, as if pieces are finally aligning. Do not skip this inner signal, because it is guiding you toward understanding rather than reaction. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is closer than it appears. At this stage, small truths start revealing themselves in ordinary moments. A pause in conversation, a change in routine, or an unexpected silence speaks louder than words. Stay till the end of this awareness, because it teaches you how clarity often arrives quietly. You are not required to act or explain yourself. Simply observe and remain grounded. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will come through realization, not confrontation. The power you carry right now is subtle, but it is undeniable. Remain composed as this chapter continues to unfold. The woman's role in your surroundings will soon become fully visible, and when it does, you will feel prepared rather than surprised. Patience right now is quietly shaping what comes next, even if the progress cannot yet be seen on the surface. Staying steady through this phase, guided by your own intuition, will help you recognize why certain delays or pauses have been necessary. What feels uncertain today is gradually forming into something meaningful, and when it becomes clear, it will feel like a natural realization rather than a sudden event. There is a subtle shift unfolding in your environment, a change in tone and behavior that signals understanding taking root. Someone in your surroundings appears to be adjusting their actions more cautiously, as if becoming aware of boundaries and consequences that were previously ignored. This is part of a broader transition where perception sharpens and confusion begins to fade. As this continues, you may notice that situations which once felt complicated now seem easier to interpret, with small details carrying more significance than before. Silence, timing, and subtle reactions begin to reveal what words could not. This phase is not asking for immediate reaction or forced decisions, but for observation and inner steadiness. Trusting your own sense of what feels aligned will become a form of protection and clarity. By remaining grounded, you allow events to resolve in their own natural way. Eventually, what is unfolding will reach completion in a way that confirms the quiet instincts you have been noticing all along. Over time, this brings a quiet sense of resolution, where uncertainty no longer dominates and understanding settles in with calm certainty and emotional balance, allowing you to move forward with greater ease and confidence. This ending brings peace, not tension. Do not skip patience now, because the outcome is already forming. Stay till the end of this season with confidence, because something huge is waiting for you, and when it settles into place, you will realize that awareness, not action, was the key that safeguarded your path. A deeper stillness settles around you now, and it carries meaning. My beloved child, this is the phase where everything slows, just before clarity fully arrives. The woman connected to your neighbors is feeling the shift as strongly as you are, even if she does not show it. You may notice hesitation where there was once confidence, or restraint where there was once curiosity. Do not skip this moment of noticing, because it confirms that truth is already working. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is approaching without noise. At this point, understanding becomes effortless. You no longer need signs, explanations, or reassurance, because your inner awareness is steady. Stay till the end of this realization, because it teaches you that peace is not the absence of activity, but the presence of clarity. The environment around you is recalibrating, and roles are quietly redefining themselves. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will make sense of why you were guided to remain patient and observant all along. Hold your composure as the final alignment nears. Nothing more is required from you except trust in what you already know. The woman's intentions will settle into their true form, and when they do, you will feel no urge to react, only relief. Do not skip this calm awareness, because it is your protection. Stay till the end of this season with confidence, because something huge is waiting for you, and it will mark the moment when uncertainty fully dissolves into understanding. A quiet conclusion begins to form now, and it brings with it a sense of completion. My beloved child, this is the stage where understanding becomes settled truth. The woman connected to your neighbors is no longer a question mark in your mind, because her energy and intentions have revealed their shape. You may feel lighter, as if a weight you did not fully name has finally lifted. Do not skip this recognition, because it shows you how awareness gently resolves what once was felt unclear. Something huge is waiting for you, and it arrives as peace. At this moment, your surroundings begin to feel safer and more stable. Conversations lose their tension, routines regain balance, and your inner world feels calm again. Stay till the end of this realization, because it confirms that you did not need to fight or prove anything. Clarity came through patience. Something huge is waiting for you, and it explains why silence and observation were the right choices throughout this journey. Remain grounded as you step forward from this chapter. The situation has reached its natural end, and you are free to move without hesitation. The woman's presence no longer holds uncertainty, because truth has taken its place. Do not skip gratitude for your own intuition, because it guided you well. Stay till the end of this inner calm. because something huge is waiting for you, and it is the confidence that comes from knowing you handled everything with wisdom and grace. A gentle strength carries you forward now, and it feels earned. My beloved child, this phase is about integration, where everything you noticed, sensed, and understood settles into quiet confidence. The woman connected to your neighbors no longer occupies your thoughts the way she once did, and that is the clearest sign of resolution. When something loses its power to disturb you, it has already ended. Do not skip this inner confirmation, because it shows how far you have come. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is rooted in the calm you now carry. You may find that your focus naturally returns to your own growth, plans, and peace. The outside noise fades because it no longer matches your inner state. Stay till the end of this realization, because it teaches you that awareness does more than protect, it frees. The environment around you adjusts to your steadiness, and situations that once felt tense now feel neutral or distant. A significant shift is approaching, bringing forward steady progress in areas of life that hold real meaning for you. The path ahead calls for continued movement without the weight of what has already passed, allowing past experiences to remain as completed lessons rather than lingering attachments. The insight you have recently developed is not temporary. It will keep shaping your decisions in quiet, practical ways, often without you even realizing it in the moment. Trust in your own judgment, because it has already shown resilience and reliability through earlier challenges. As this phase unfolds, there is value in maintaining a calm and composed outlook, especially when circumstances feel uncertain or in motion. A deeper internal reset is taking place now, subtle but impactful, creating space for emotional balance to return naturally. External tensions that once felt significant are gradually losing their influence over your inner stability, as your awareness shifts toward a more grounded state of mind. What once carried emotional weight now feels more distant, no longer shaping your sense of peace or direction. This transition marks a quiet release from inner strain, replacing vigilance with clarity and ease. Moving forward, you may notice a lighter mental flow, clearer thinking, and more thoughtful responses to situations that once triggered strong reactions. Rather than emptiness, this reflects a return to equilibrium, where perspective is restored and energy is no longer tied to what no longer serves your growth. Stay till the end of this realization, because it shows you how growth often arrives quietly, without applause. What once demanded your attention no longer needs it, and that is strength. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will unfold in areas where your energy is now free to expand. Hold this calm as you continue onward, because it is your new foundation. The lesson has been learned, the awareness integrated, and the chapter gently closed. Do not skip appreciation for your own discernment, because it guided you through uncertainty with grace. Stay till the end of this inner alignment, because something huge is waiting for you. And it is the steady confidence that comes from knowing you can navigate any situation with patience, clarity, and quiet power. A deeper sense of direction emerges now, steady and reassuring. My beloved child, this is the stage where insight transforms into wisdom that stays with you. What you experienced with your neighbors has sharpened your awareness without hardening your heart, and that balance is rare. The woman who once drew your attention has served her role in your story, and that role is complete. Do not skip this understanding, because it shows how every experience refines you. Something huge is waiting for you, and it grows from this maturity. You may feel a stronger connection to your instincts, trusting them without hesitation. This is the gift of having observed instead of reacted. Stay till the end of this realization, because it teaches you that wisdom often arrives through restraint. Your surroundings now respond to your steadiness, and situations align more smoothly. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will manifest where clarity meets confidence. Continue forward with quiet assurance, knowing you handled uncertainty with grace. There is no residue of tension left, only understanding. Do not skip faith in your own judgment, because it has proven itself. Stay till the end of this path with calm determination, because something huge is waiting for you, and it is the strength that comes from knowing you can see clearly. Remain composed, and move wisely, no matter who stands around you. A profound awareness deepens now, heavier with meaning and richer with purpose. My beloved child, this is where everything you sensed quietly becomes undeniable truth inside you. The experience with your neighbors was never meant to distract you, it was meant to refine you. The woman who once seemed important in this unfolding lesson has already lost her influence, even if she does not realize it yet. You have outgrown the need to watch, question, or interpret her actions. Do not skip this realization, because it is the moment you recognize your own elevation. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with knowing you are no longer affected by what once unsettled you. This stage brings a stronger inner voice, clearer than before. You now sense things early, long before they form into situations. Stay till the end of this understanding, because it reveals how awareness matures into wisdom. You are no longer reactive, you are perceptive. Your energy no longer invites confusion, and those around you feel that shift. Silence now works in your favor, and peace follows you naturally. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will come through alignment. When your inner calm matches your outer reality, stand firmly in this grounded clarity, because it is permanent growth, not a temporary phase. The lesson has strengthened your discernment without burdening your heart. You move forward lighter, sharper, and more confident than before. Do not skip trust in this new version of yourself, because it has been shaped by experience and patience. Stay till the end of this transformation with quiet certainty, because something huge is waiting for you, and it is the life that opens when nothing around you can disturb your inner balance again. A steady power settles within you now, calm but unshakable. My beloved child, this is the moment where everything you learned begins to protect you automatically. You no longer scan your surroundings for signs or meanings, because your awareness has become natural. The woman connected to your neighbors no longer influences your emotional space, and that is true freedom. Do not skip this understanding, because it shows how far you have risen beyond the situation. Something huge is waiting for you, and it grows from this inner stability. You may notice that people around you respond differently now. There is a noticeable shift in how things feel around you now, as if the noise that once pulled at your attention has quietly stepped back, leaving more space for clarity and ease. Curiosity from others seems lighter, boundaries feel more naturally respected, and interactions carry a calmer rhythm where you are not required to explain yourself to maintain your ground. This stage reflects a deeper understanding forming within you, where presence alone communicates limits without effort or resistance. What once felt intrusive or emotionally charged now appears distant and less significant, almost like it belongs to a previous layer of experience that no longer defines your current state. Ahead of you lies a steadier form of peace, not something temporary or easily disrupted, but a settled kind of calm that integrates into daily life. Moving forward with quiet confidence allows this stability to grow naturally rather than being forced or rushed. Everything you have moved through so far has contributed to a refinement of perception, sharpening your ability to recognize what deserves attention and what can simply pass without impact. Rather than lost time, what has unfolded is a gradual strengthening of judgment and inner steadiness. Trust in that progression, because each moment has played a role in shaping your current clarity. Certain past dynamics that once felt important have now dissolved into the background, no longer carrying emotional intensity or influence. That release signals completion rather than absence, marking a transition into a more centered and self-aware phase where composure becomes your default state, and emotional balance feels increasingly natural and secure. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with this inner freedom. You may feel more present in your daily life, more focused on what truly matters. Stay till the end of this understanding, because it shows how clarity creates space for growth. When distractions dissolve, direction becomes clear. Your energy now attracts calm situations and balanced connections. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will appear where your attention is now free to expand. Move forward with quiet confidence, knowing you handled everything with wisdom and restraint. There is no residue of doubt left, only trust in yourself. Do not skip appreciation for your patience, because it protected you more than action ever could. Stay till the end of this journey with assurance, because something huge is waiting for you, and it is the life that unfolds when your inner world remains calm, clear, and unshaken. A deeper calm anchors itself within you now, strong and steady. My beloved child, this is the moment where you fully realize that nothing outside you holds power over your peace. The experience with your neighbors has refined your perception, teaching you how to remain observant without becoming affected. The woman who once seemed significant has faded completely from your emotional focus. Do not skip this realization, because it confirms your growth. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is built on this inner mastery. You may notice a renewed sense of confidence in your decisions, a quiet trust that guides you without hesitation. Stay till the end of this understanding, because it reveals how wisdom settles into the body, not just the mind. Your presence now feels grounded, composed, and self-assured. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will emerge naturally as you move forward with clarity. Continue on your path without looking back, carrying the lesson but not the weight. The chapter has closed cleanly, leaving no unfinished thoughts behind. Do not skip trust in this calm strength, because it is your foundation. Stay till the end of this season with certainty, because something huge is waiting for you, and it is the unshakable peace that comes from knowing you are fully aligned within yourself. A powerful stillness surrounds you now, deeper and more meaningful than before. My beloved child, this is not emptiness, it is mastery. Everything you observed, endured, and understood has settled into a quiet strength that cannot be disturbed. The situation with your neighbors was never about them alone. It was a training of your perception. The woman who once occupied your awareness no longer has access to your thoughts or emotions, and that separation is intentional. Do not skip this realization, because it marks a permanent shift in how you experience the world. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with this level of inner authority. You may now notice how quickly you sense imbalance and how effortlessly you step away from it. There is no fear, no curiosity, only clarity. Stay till the end of this understanding, because it reveals how wisdom matures into discernment. You are no longer influenced by external behavior. You understand it without absorbing it. Your energy feels sealed, protected by awareness rather than defense. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will arrive through alignment, not struggle. Stand firmly in this elevated calm, because it is the result of growth, not avoidance. You have learned when to observe, when to remain silent, and when to move forward. That knowledge now lives within you. Do not skip trust in this version of yourself, because it is refined by experience. Stay till the end of this inner expansion, because something huge is waiting for you, and it is the life that unfolds when nothing outside you can pull you out of balance again. A quiet momentum begins to move through your life now, subtle but undeniable. My beloved child, this is the phase where inner clarity starts shaping outer reality. Because you are no longer distracted by what once demanded your attention, your path feels smoother, more intentional. The experience with your neighbors has sharpened your awareness, and that awareness now guides your choices effortlessly. Do not skip this realization, because it shows how growth turns into direction. Something significant is quietly taking shape in ways you cannot fully see yet, as if unseen pieces are gradually locking into place around your path. You may find yourself noticing how choices feel less forced and how the right direction seems easier to sense without overthinking. There is a subtle shift happening where pressure begins to fade and understanding becomes more natural. If you stay present with this unfolding awareness, you begin to realize that calmness is not emptiness at all, but a kind of forward motion that carries you further than struggle ever could. As you continue moving without resisting what comes, you step into a rhythm where life feels more cooperative, almost as if it is meeting you halfway. The mind grows quieter, and in that quietness, clarity starts to rise on its own, showing you what matters without demanding effort. What is forming for you now is not random. It is the result of steady inner alignment, where hesitation slowly loses its grip and confidence becomes a natural state rather than something you try to create. Even what once felt uncertain begins to settle into understanding, and you notice that decisions arrive with less friction and more certainty. This stage is less about chasing outcomes and more about allowing direction to reveal itself through your own steadiness. As you move through this shift, the weight of the past begins to loosen its hold, no longer shaping your reactions or clouding your judgment. What remains is a quieter sense of awareness that guides you forward without noise or confusion. This transition is not loud or dramatic, but it is deep, reshaping how you experience everything from within. You are entering a phase where awareness feels instinctive, as though you no longer need to interpret every moment because understanding arises instantly. Old emotional attachments and distractions lose their influence, not because they are fought against, but because they no longer resonate with who you are becoming. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is rooted in this irreversible inner shift. You may now feel a quiet authority in how you move, speak, and choose. Not dominance, clarity. Not control, certainty. Stay till the end of this understanding, because it shows you how power matures when it no longer needs to prove itself. Your energy no longer invites confusion or interference. People sense your boundaries without you setting them. Situations resolve themselves without pulling you in. This is not luck. This is alignment. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will appear as stability that does not shake, even when circumstances change. Step forward knowing you are no longer the same person who began this journey. You are calmer, sharper, and deeply grounded. Nothing external dictates your inner state now. Do not skip trust in this evolution, because it has been earned through patience and awareness. Stay till the end of this phase with certainty, because something huge is waiting for you, and it is the life that opens when your peace is no longer dependent on anyone's behavior, presence, or intentions. A quiet assurance settles into your daily life now, steady and dependable. My beloved child, this is the stage where inner alignment becomes your normal state, not something you have to work toward. The situation with your neighbors has fully released its hold, leaving behind only the wisdom it was meant to give you. You no longer replay moments or question motives, because understanding has already taken root. Do not skip this recognition, because it confirms that peace has become permanent. Something huge is waiting for you, and it grows from this grounded stability. You may notice how easily you remain centered, even when surroundings shift or people behave unpredictably. Stay till the end of this understanding, because it shows you how strength becomes effortless when it is internal. Your presence now carries calm authority, and situations around you adjust accordingly. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will unfold where your energy is no longer divided or drained. Continue forward with quiet confidence, trusting the clarity that now guides you. The chapter has closed completely, without residue or regret. Do not skip appreciation for how you handled everything with patience and grace. Stay till the end of this season with certainty, because something huge is waiting for you, and it is the life that flows smoothly when your inner world remains calm, clear, and firmly aligned. A final calm settles over everything now, complete and unwavering. My beloved child, this is where the journey reaches its quiet conclusion, not with noise, but with certainty. The experience with your neighbors has transformed into wisdom that lives within you, no longer tied to any person or situation. The woman who once seemed important has fully faded from relevance, because her role was never to stay, it was to teach. Do not skip this final understanding, because it seals the growth you have achieved. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with the confidence that nothing around you can disturb your peace again. You now move with clarity that does not question itself. Stay till the end of this realization, because it shows you how awareness matures into freedom. Your attention is no longer pulled outward, it rests firmly within you. From this place, your choices are clean, your direction is clear, and your energy is protected. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will unfold naturally as you continue forward without doubt or hesitation. Carry this calm certainty into everything you do. The lesson is complete, the chapter closed, and the strength remains. Do not skip trust in this inner alignment, because it will guide you long after this moment. Stay till the end of this path with assurance, because something huge is waiting for you, and it is the life that opens when peace is no longer something you seek, but something you live. A lasting stillness embraces you now, deep and unmistakable. My beloved child, this is the true ending, not an ending of words, but an ending of uncertainty. Everything that once required your attention has released you, and what remains is clarity that does not fade. The situation with your neighbors no longer exists as a question or concern. It exists only as wisdom you carry forward. Do not skip this final recognition, because it confirms that you are no longer shaped by what surrounds you, but by what you understand. From this steady inner center, something significant begins to unfold in ways that feel less like disruption and more like arrival. You move forward now, with a quieter certainty, no longer feeling the need to constantly assess every situation or protect your calm as if it were fragile, because it has already become part of your nature. As this awareness settles deeper, life starts to feel more synchronized, where decisions carry clarity and your direction seems to organize itself without force. What once felt distant or uncertain now appears as a natural extension of your growth, as if each step has been preparing the ground for what comes next. There is no urgency in this shift, only a steady unfolding that rewards patience and presence. You begin to recognize that nothing essential is missing or waiting to be proven, because the understanding itself has already done its work. In this state, trust becomes less of an effort and more of a reflex, guiding you through choices with quiet precision. What arrives ahead will not feel like interruption, but continuation, a reflection of the stability you have cultivated within. As you remain aware through this process, you realize the real transformation is not external at all, but the permanence of your inner balance that now shapes everything around it and continues to influence the way you respond, choose, and experience each moment moving forward, without effort or resistance, simply as a natural expression of who you are becoming, rooted in calm awareness and steady inner clarity at every step taken forward.